It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
There's a 22-year-old woman in St. Pete, Florida named Ricky Holly who flew into a rage when Domino's Pizza delivered a pizza to her that she says was cold and uncut. So she drove to the restaurant, started flipping out on an employee, and wound up getting arrested for criminal mischief all because of it.
Rage driving, just thinking about how cold the pizza was.
It's amazing how many people are attacking food workers these days.
And I think because food's one of them few things that, you can kind of control it.
Right. When you've lost all control and all power in your life, and then they take the last thing away from you, which is the power to have a hot pizza.
Yeah, everything in your life's going wrong, and then you spend all this money on your fast food, and then they don't give you the right sandwich, and there's no cheese on it.
Maybe you spent the last money you had.
Yeah, and you really were looking forward to eating that thing, and now that's the one thing in your life you were excited for, and it's ruined.
That was it.
I'm not condoning it. I'm just explaining. I think that's the psychology behind it.
Don't take this from me. Well, 2 men in the UK were found with Kinder eggs filled with ketamine inside their rear ends while entering an electronic music festival.
Oh, my. Whoa, that's busy.
That is busy.
Kinder eggs are not small.
That's what I'm telling you, honestly. I don't do drugs anyway, but I am definitely not doing butt drugs.
And that's the thing. If you're out there doing any kind of street drugs, you have no idea. You're probably doing butt drugs.
Just know that if you've done drugs in your life before, at least 3 to 5 times you've had butt drugs.
The only ones that I can guarantee probably haven't been in a butt are if they come from CVS or Walgreens. Everything else might have been in a butt.
Well, if we're talking about illegal drugs, too, that's kind of,
Street drugs, illegal drugs, butt drugs.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just know that's what you're entering into.
Entering.
Yes. No.
Like a Kinder egg that's been lubed up.
No thanks. Well, a Qantas flight from Sydney to Tokyo apparently had everybody in an uproar because they accidentally played an R-rated movie. Now, the reason why I guess it was such a big deal was this R-rated movie is one that is called Daddy-O, featuring Dakota Johnson. And you've got all kinds of fun stuff in the 40 minutes that they showed, including nudity, inappropriate text messages between characters, and a full-on male organ right on screen.
Whoa.
And apparently the screens were locked and could not be individually turned off. So kids are sitting there with this right in front of their face, and people are like, what is going on? Why is there a big old dong right in front of my kid's face?
That's a lot.
Yes, once the crew realized the movie was not so family-friendly, they tried changing it out quickly after the complaints started to arise from the flight. But wow, okay. A South Korean man avoided drunk driving charges by drinking a bottle of soju while he was pulled over. It happened on September 16th. They pull him over, and they're pretty strict in South Korea because if your blood alcohol level is above 0.03,
oh, wow,
then you will get arrested for a DUI.
That's like one beer, one glass of wine. You're done.
So they pull him over, and they're like, yeah, I think this guy's been drinking, and they go back to run his license, and the guy takes out the soju and starts chugging it. He then went to court because of this, and he said, I was completely sober when they pulled me over. I was driving sober, and there was no way to prove that he was actually driving drunk, so he was acquitted.
And I'm surprised they let him drink something, because usually if you get pulled over, they tell you not to, you can't drink that anymore, even if it's water.
He might have had it hidden under the seat or something like that, and he just quick thinking was like, you know what, good. And he's like, yeah, I was sober and you pulled me over.
What is soju?
I don't know. I'm sure it's some kind of like alcohol they have. You know, like you have a rice wine or something like that in some Asian countries.
Rice wine? Ooh.
That's what sake is, rice wine.
Oh.
It's lovely.
Virginia likes it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do love it.
I've gotten down with her on some sake. We went to Worlds Around the World, or what's it called?
That's how drunk we were. He thought we were in Worlds Around the World.
Worlds Around the World. Epcot, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Worlds Around the World. I know exactly what you're
What a
talking about.
confusing name.
Worlds Around the World's a little confusing.
It all fell apart in Japan, actually.
It did.
And then we tried to put it back together, but it just wasn't going.
I mean, he says fall apart, meaning it got totally awesome.
sucky bombs.
Japan is cruel because they have the steepest stairs going up to that restaurant. And
Yeah.
then they just ply you with tons of sake. Have you ever tried going down those stairs after you've had a bottle of sake?
It's tough.
Oh, it is. They did that on purpose, I think. Well, here's somebody who did not get away without doing a DUI. This is a woman who likes to drive really hammered. So drunk she T-boned a sheriff's car.
Oh,
and
Lord.
This isn't the first time she's done it. This is her second in 18 months. Here is the sheriff talking about how he handled it.
Saw a vehicle approaching and all of a sudden it veered kind of almost into the oncoming lane. I don't think she even knew that she hit a car. She was pretty intoxicated when I walked by her after they captured her. So I'm not sure she knew what state she was in. I look over and see the cars taking off down Hensley Street. I'm just like, can't make it up. I don't want to make it seem like I'm a special victim because our deputies were just clearing up from a really bad DUI crash with injuries out in Yelm when they were coming to me. So it's just happening every night.
Wow. Okay. They love to drink and drive around there, unfortunately.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.